let's talk boundaries. So, having boundaries is going to be super important in anyone's wellness journey, anyone's journey just in life. It's something that we often skip out on. We don't really think about boundaries. We have either people that we've spent so much time with that it's just like a routine. We have this complex to always say yes to everything. So we don't even think twice about the things that we're doing or the people we're spending time with. So having boundaries and just being mindful of the people we're spending our time and energy with and the events or activities that we're doing is going to be helpful, just so that you make sure that you have the time for yourself. So most people don't put themselves first. Most people don't feel that they have the time for themselves. And that's usually because their lives are filled with all of these other people and all of these other things, and they put themselves last, when really you should be putting yourself first, which I know probably sounds pretty selfish, but as the saying goes, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You really need to prioritize yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for you and for others. So having boundaries can be kind of split up into two different categories. So we need boundaries from people and we need boundaries from events or activities or kind of things. So having boundaries with people means taking the time to really evaluate the people in your life. So who are you spending the most time with? How do you feel after spending time with them? Are they people who serve you? Do you leave feeling like uplifted and refreshed? Or are you spending time with people who drain your energy and are negative and just kind of take from you instead of giving you something or serving you in some way? So I know when it comes to family, it can be difficult. I'm not saying don't spend time with the people that you love, but I am saying that it's valuable to assess and evaluate how you feel when you're spending time with people, and then kind of adjusting that accordingly. So say you have a family member who you love, but you might need to just take in small doses, that's okay. Having that understanding of this person, they're very negative, they drain me, they're always asking for advice, they're not really serving me in some way. Limit that time, limit that interaction. Still have them as part of your life, but make sure that you are spending time with people who are providing you with just good feelings, good vibes, and when you leave that interaction that you're feeling better than when you started. And if you're not, just take it into account, think about that, and just maybe plan accordingly in the future. We often don't take that time to say, how am I feeling right now in the middle of this conversation? Or how am I feeling after I just left that group of friends? And you should, because if you don't feel good, then take that into account. So having boundaries is one thing. Once you do kind of that evaluation, I feel like you will find that you have more time for yourself. And you really should just, like I said, be prioritizing yourself. The other thing is events. So having boundaries with attending things, doing things for other people, some, I guess, more like actionable items. A lot of people always want to say yes to everything. So if you need help, I got you. If you need anything, if you need me to pick you up something, if you want me to attend your party, like I wouldn't want to feel viewed in a certain way if I didn't do those things. So I'm going to say yes, even though I'm not really thinking about all of the other things that I have in my life. So basically, when you're saying yes to one thing, you are subconsciously saying no to something else that you could be doing during that time. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to have those boundaries. It's okay to do things only when it's convenient for your schedule. I'm sure there's going to be times where you're free on a Friday and you can help someone out, and you'd be more than happy to do that. And that would also be serving you because it feels good to do things for other people. But at the same time, if you are stock full on a Friday and someone asks you for a favor, think about the consequences of saying yes. Is it going to stress you out? Is it going to add a lot to your plate? Does it mean that you're not going to be able to go to the gym or spend time with your loved ones? You know, what are you missing out on in your own life by saying yes to that event or that favor? So again, really just taking into consideration how those things impact your life. And when you do, you will be just putting yourself first. You'll always be thinking of yourself. If you have, young kids that you need to take care of, you'll be thinking about them. So like that should be your priority before you start filling your world with all of these other things that just might not serve you to the best of their abilities. And that's okay. Totally okay. I feel like the best thing that I did for myself was doing that full evaluation. Not spending time with people just because you're bored. It's okay to spend time alone. It's okay to have that personal relationship and truly get to know yourself, other than just filling your time with all of these other things and kind of going with the flow and not living your own life. So I feel like that's how I felt when I was doing that. I was going through the motions, didn't want to be alone, spend time with probably not the best people. And when I completely stopped all that, I really found out who I was, what I cared about, my passions, my priorities, and just started, really living my life under that way. So I just wanted to share that information with you, especially now that the holidays are coming up, which is a super stressful time already, and our schedules somehow get super busy. There's all of these things that we have to do. There's events to attend. There's family coming in to visit. So while you are saying yes to all of these things, just keep that in mind. And that also means that if you're having people come visit, make sure that you're still sticking to your own schedule. So like my mom is gonna come visit pretty soon, but I'm still waking up at 6 a.m. She can sleep in, that's fine. She can cook her own breakfast, that's fine. But I also know that I need to put myself first, so I need to stick to my morning routine. Those are things that make me happy so that I'm happier throughout the day. So just keep these little tips and tricks in mind, and I hope this helps. I hope this helps kind of create more peace and understanding in your life.